Diddy sold me to his sugar daddy and I barely managed to escape from there. Diddy and his sons tortured me a lot. I'm going to file a case against them. When Diddy adopted me, I was very young, but Diddy used to kiss me. He used to take me to his parties, and what I saw there is beyond description. Diddy used me.
Yes, it was breaking news. Diddy adopted a white child. I
Coming to the after party tonight.
Yeah!
Good, you're doing so good.
I just want to say,
What's one misconception about you?
There are no misconceptions about me.
You're gonna hear about my party, they're gonna be shutting them down, they're gonna probably be arresting me.
He had the Lamborghini for a day or two, and he had access to the house, and he knows better than to be talking about the things that he does with Big Brother Puff on national television. Everything ain't for everyone.
The disturbing allegations surrounding Diddy have taken a chilling new turn, and this time the spotlight has landed somewhere no one expected. His adopted daughter, Ava Barron. In a jaw-dropping claim that has set the internet on fire, Jaguar Wright has stepped forward, alleging that Ava's adoption may not have been legal at all. Not just questionable, she's calling it outright fraudulent. And once those words hit the air, fans and online investigators went into overdrive. Because the more people dig, the darker this story starts to feel. From the very beginning, Ava Barron's online presence has been almost too quiet. No verified accounts, no clear timeline of her life, no school records anyone can trace. Just a few carefully stylized photos, and then nothing. Almost as if she appeared out of nowhere and was deliberately erased just as fast. As sleuths kept pulling at the thread, some began comparing Ava's age, appearance, and timeline to old missing children reports. And that's when the internet froze. The similarities, they say, are unsettling. Some even claim her features eerily resemble a girl reported missing years ago. Now, none of this has been proven. But here's what's undeniable. The silence. Diddy has refused to address any of it directly, and that lack of transparency has only poured gasoline on the fire. Then comes the twist no one saw coming. Just days after Diddy was found not guilty in his recent criminal case, whispers started spreading that Ava may have vanished again. People who swear they followed her online say her accounts were suddenly wiped clean, gone overnight. No explanation. No trace. Nothing. So buckle up, because if even part of this story turns out to be true, it could become one of the most shocking and unsettling Hollywood mysteries we've ever seen.
A little girl named Ava Grace Baldwin.
Y'all can't see this is trafficking?
She was just 6 years old when she was reported missing from her elementary school in Texas.
the tooth fairy will come and get it.
Yes, it was breaking news.
On the streets, and then Papa comes.
A white girl off the streets and adopting her and calling her his own.
The indictment alleges that Combs threatened and coerced victims to get them to participate in the freak-offs. He used the embarrassing and sensitive recordings he made of the freak-offs as collateral against the victims.
Saw me and decided to pick me up and said to come in.
In the days following Diddy's not guilty verdict on some of his most serious charges, the internet didn't breathe a sigh of relief. It leaned in closer. Because while the courtroom drama may have paused, a far more disturbing conversation exploded online, shifting attention away from legal technicalities and straight toward a mystery that many now say feels darker than anything heard in court. At the center of it all is a name that has quietly haunted fans for years. Ava Barron. The young girl Diddy once claimed as his adopted daughter. What started as whispers on obscure blogs and chaotic live streams has now spiraled into full-blown speculation, with fans, critics, and internet investigators all asking the same chilling questions. Who really is Ava Barron? And what exactly is Diddy hiding? Fueling the fire is Jaguar Wright, a woman who has spent years accusing powerful figures in the music industry of hiding disturbing secrets. This time, her claims are explosive. She alleges that Ava's so-called adoption may not have been legal at all and possibly tied to something far more sinister. According to Jaguar, Diddy's guardianship of Ava wasn't an act of generosity or love. It was a carefully orchestrated cover-up involving illegal documentation, hidden networks, and trafficking allegations that send a chill straight down the spine. Now to the latest developments surrounding Diddy. The disgraced music mogul is facing federal racketeering, conspiracy, and trafficking charges. Both prosecution and defense teams are preparing for the next phase as investigators work to identify potential co-conspirators. But how did we get here? These accusations hit social media like a bomb, reigniting debates about how much power and influence it takes to bury the truth. And here's where the story grows even more unsettling. Ava's public presence has always been unnaturally limited. No verified social media. No interviews. No consistent appearances. Just a handful of carefully curated photos released years apart, followed by total silence. And now, even those crumbs are disappearing. Posts featuring Ava have quietly vanished from celebrity pages and stylist accounts. No announcements. No explanations. Just a digital eraser wiping her from public view. Online investigators didn't stop there. They began comparing Ava's photos to missing persons databases, suggesting her identity may be connected to something far darker. None of these theories have been confirmed, but the lack of transparency has only intensified public suspicion.
The arrest of Sean Diddy Combs. This one has so many people talking. The disgraced music mogul facing federal racketeering, conspiracy, and trafficking charges. Both the prosecution and defense teams are set to discuss the next phase of action following the indictment as investigators work to determine potential co-conspirators. But how exactly did...
Many people remember the pandemic era when Diddy randomly went live on Instagram and casually introduced a young white girl named Ava, claiming he had adopted her. No backstory. No explanation. Just, this is Ava. At the time, it felt odd but harmless. Looking back now, fans say it feels downright eerie. Because after that moment, Ava disappeared. No updates. No appearances. Nothing. Naturally, questions followed. Who is she? Where did she come from? And where is she now? That's where Jaguar Wright re-enters the picture. Once dismissed as a conspiracy theorist, her credibility shifted after Cassie filed her lawsuit, echoing claims Jaguar had made for years. Suddenly, people started listening. Now Jaguar is accusing Diddy of possibly trafficking Ava and alleges the adoption itself may have been completely illegal. No proper paperwork. No oversight. No legitimate agency. Then things took an even darker turn. Internet sleuths uncovered older photos showing Ava with Diddy's twin daughters years before the pandemic, blowing apart the idea that she was a new addition to the family. If she'd been around that long, why lie about when she was adopted? Why change the timeline? That's when a disturbing theory surfaced. Some users noticed Ava Barron bears an eerie resemblance to a missing child named Ava Grace Baldwin, a girl who reportedly vanished at just 6 years old. The similarities sent social media into a frenzy.
Speaking of dark things associated with Diddy, this is his adopted daughter, Ava Baroni Combs. She looks a lot like missing child Ava Baldwin from Texas. And it's kind of hard to deny that this age-progressed picture of missing Ava Baldwin looks a lot like Ava Baroni Combs. After this surfaced a few years ago, somebody made an account in her name, but it's not confirmed her. This all came to light after an Instagram live that Diddy jumped in that his daughters were putting on. With everything confirmed, it is uncomfortable to watch.
Fans believe a TikTok account may belong to Ava herself. And if that's true, the vibes are off. Restricted. Controlled. Almost like there's something she wants to say but can't. And then there's the bio. Life gets hard when you are forced into experiences you didn't ask for. That single sentence sent shockwaves through viewers. Jaguar Wright has doubled down, claiming Diddy never went through a formal adoption process at all. No paperwork. No agency. No legal documentation. If true, it opens a Pandora's box of red flags. At this point, this isn't just celebrity gossip. It's about power, secrecy, and a child whose story doesn't add up. Social media has erupted with demands for answers. Why announce an adoption so publicly only to erase the child afterward? Why does everything surrounding Ava feel unfinished and deeply unsettling?
really deep similarities. And if you go watch the whole video, Ava actually claimed that, he just randomly found her on the street, which is,
Sean Combs stood in Times Square and was handed a key to New York City. Today, he's been indicted and will face justice in the Southern District of New York.
Here's where it gets wild. Allegedly, Ava Barron may be preparing to testify in the very trial threatening to dismantle Diddy's empire. Insiders whisper she's not just taking the stand, but bringing receipts. Claims suggest she may testify about events implicating not only Diddy, but also his sons, Justin and Christian. If even part of this is true, the case doesn't escalate. It detonates. Think about it. This trial is already drowning in allegations of trafficking, intimidation, and obstruction. Now add an alleged insider. Someone who lived close enough to see things most outsiders never would. That's not a plot twist. That's a game changer.
Civil lawsuit, Cassie said that she was the victim of abuse, assault, and at the hands of Diddy.
Rewind to 2020. Ava entered the public eye during an unscripted Instagram live where Diddy casually announced he had adopted her. No paperwork. No warning. Just a declaration that left viewers uncomfortable. On that live, he coached Ava, corrected her, steered the narrative in real time. Watching it now feels deeply unsettling. Fast forward to today, and Ava's name is back in headlines. Not as a feel-good story, but as a potential key witness in a case that could shatter everything. Insiders hint at private communications, videos, and first-hand knowledge that could blow holes through the defense. After that viral announcement, Ava vanished. Aside from brief appearances with Diddy's twin daughters, she was gone. No family photos. No tributes. Nothing. Was the adoption ever real?
They just, so if you don't have what they need, they're gonna leave.
Right.
Gotta keep them there.
Right.
You need locks on the doors.
Okay, this is sounding kind of dangerous now.
It's a little kinky, but
yeah.
Rock with me, but just check it out. You need a lot of heat. A lot of heat. Yeah.
Heat. You mean that physically the place has to be hot?
You don't have no air conditioning.
No air conditioning.
No.
Why is that?
Heat affects the alcohol, and it also affects, everybody gets a little bit more comfortable and loose. Builds up a nice little sweat.
Then came another bombshell. There were no legal adoption records. None. TMZ later confirmed what fans suspected. No paperwork. No official adoption. Just a performance on Instagram that now feels more like a carefully staged act. Now questions are turning toward Diddy's sons. Justin is already tied to serious allegations involving exploitation. Christian is under scrutiny from a yacht lawsuit. Separate scandals are starting to look like pieces of the same puzzle. And here's the question no one can stop asking. Where were Ava's real parents? Reports suggest they were close friends of Kim Porter, meaning this adoption wasn't spontaneous. It wasn't necessary. Allegedly, it was staged. Behind the scenes, Ava is reportedly breaking her silence, allegedly describing parties, private events, and moments that don't align with the polished image pushed for decades. And then came a name no one expected. Ashton Kutcher. Sources claim his name appears on guest lists tied to these events. Then there's the so-called Doomsday File, a rumored stash of footage, messages, and records. Insiders now claim it's real, and Ava may be the key. A judge has ruled that Diddy will stand trial on federal trafficking and racketeering charges. If convicted, he could face life in prison. This trial isn't just about him anymore. It's about how many powerful names might fall with him. Ava Barron was once presented as a rescued child. A feel-good Instagram story. Now she may be the one exposing one of Hollywood's darkest secrets.
This judge has ruled that the rapper and producer Sean Diddy Combs will stand trial on federal trafficking and racketeering charges in May. He'll be held in prison until then. Sean Combs has pleaded not guilty to charges that he used his business empire to transport women and male workers across state lines to take part in recorded performances. If convicted, he could face a life sentence.
Quickly, all that commissary stuff, he's not getting any of that because people in the shoe have an abbreviated list. So he's out of luck. No stake for him. Yeah, he is on watch. This guy thought he would have went home. all of a sudden he didn't get bond. Remember, the first night that he was...
And if her testimony matches what she's allegedly told investigators, this isn't just a scandal. It's a collapse. All eyes are on Ava. The same girl who once stood awkwardly beside Diddy is now at the center of everything. What is she going to say when she finally takes the stand? Because her words could change everything. As this unfolds, the world is holding its breath. Because what Ava reveals may not just blow this case wide open. It could drag an entire corner of the industry into the light. What do you think Ava will expose? And is this finally the moment the empire falls?